Hello. Just getting my other camera set up so you can see what I'm drawing. Hi everyone. Tell me in the chat where you're joining me from. Thank you everyone for being here. There we go. Hi Bree from London. Hi Trina. Hi Allison, Philadelphia, Robin. Oh my gosh. Valeria, did I just see you on here? Is Valeria in the house? What? Okay, I'm gonna spotlight my videos. Okay, that's pretty good. Can you all hear my music playing? Can you hear me and the music? Can you hear the music at all? What is everyone hearing right now?
There's a little bit of music.
Okay. Okay, I don't want it to be too loud, but if you can't hear it at all, then, oh, you hear a little bit of groovy.
It's nice.
Okay, good. I just spotlighted my video, so you should see me and then also my iPad. If you don't, you may have to go to speaker view. Otherwise, or if you want to see everyone and you don't really care about seeing me, that's fine too. Have whatever view you want to have. Oh, I forgot. I printed out something and I forgot. Hold on. I'm gonna open up the chat because I think I missed some people. Tell me where you're joining from if you're just joining. Chicago. Hi, Sarah. Oh, Valeria is here. Thank you for being here. Valeria is my video editor. Valeria, I need to work on a new Skillshare class so I can give you something to edit. I'm a little behind. For those of you that don't know, I have a baby who's, well, 8 months today. He's 8 months old. So yeah, I'm a little bit behind on my next Skillshare class, but it's in the works. Okay, did anyone bring a special drink for our cozy time? I brought myself a little cappuccino. What's everyone's, Gallery is in a list on right side blocking your iPad. How do I change that? I think are you in speaker view, Robin? I think if everyone could go to speaker view, that should.
Hi, it's Robin.
Hi.
Hi. So I have a list on the right side of all the people in the class, and then there's you on the left and your iPad on the right, but I can't move the list of everyone on the right side. So your iPad is blocked.
There should be a way to collapse that. I don't have that, so I'm not really sure. Is there an arrow or something in the top left or something to, does anyone else
know? You know what? Maybe I can, oh, hide thumbnail video. Oh, okay. So now I just see you and your iPad. Perfect. Okay. I figured it out. Thank you for saying collapse because that gave me the idea.
Great. Okay. I hope everyone can see everything. Water, hot tea, black coffee. Nice. I like my coffee with a little bit of milk in it. I wish I could be a purist and just drink black coffee, but I love me a little bit of milk. Coca-Cola, nice. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I think there's a good number of people here. So cheers everyone for being here. Let's do some drawing. Cheers. So I want to talk just for a minute before we begin. I like my coffee like cake. I thought for a second that said I like coffee cake, and I was gonna be like, me too. I like coffee and I like coffee cake. Okay, so a little bit about me. I am an illustrator and a surface designer. And if you would have told me back in my graphic design days when I was going to school for graphic design and I was working at a graphic design studio, that someday my drawings were going to be for sale on items in stores and I was going to be making money from my art, I would have just thought you were crazy. Back when I was a graphic designer, I was doing logos for people and using other people's branding and photos and not really doing any of my own illustration. And so when I decided to venture into illustration, it felt really vulnerable. And it took me a really long time to figure out that I just wasn't drawing consistently. And I couldn't figure out why. Like I just knew I wanted to draw and I knew I wanted to develop a signature style and practice, but I just wasn't sitting down to do it. And I eventually realized that it was because I was afraid to make something bad, because sometimes you draw something you don't like. And then for me anyway, I would spend the rest of the day feeling like really crummy about it and like, what am I doing? And I shouldn't be drawing. I shouldn't be illustrating. I should go get a job doing something not creative. And so I eventually realized, okay, just sit down for 20 minutes, draw something. If you don't love it, it's fine. It can be bad. And it's the fact that you sat down and you tried and you practiced. That is what you need to get out of it. Not every single thing you make is going to be ready to sell somewhere. You know, sometimes you draw something and it's just okay. And maybe you don't feel great about it, but the act of coming back every day really got me into a groove and I started creating lots of art. But even after I figured this out, if I would take a break, you know, like maybe it's the holidays or maybe, you know, you just take a couple of weeks off because you have a deadline or something, then I would come back and I would feel rusty and it would almost be like starting over. And I would be like, oh my gosh, all my beautiful work that I made, that's it. I'm never making anything else again. All my creativity is gone. I feel nothing. I feel no creativity right now. I'm afraid to even try. And so tell me in the chat if you have this. Do you ever feel this way? Do you ever sit down and you look at the blank page and you feel like there's no creativity in here? I want to draw, but I don't know what to draw. I'm afraid if I draw, it's not going to be very good. And then you just kind of like, maybe you don't draw anything and you're like, oh, try a different day. Okay, so lots of people saying, yeah, so we're not alone. So that's why I wanted to do this event, because I thought if other people feel that way too, let's just all draw together to take the pressure off. And so we're going to draw today, tomorrow, and Thursday. And I'm hoping after you draw with me for 3 days, you'll start to feel those juices flowing again, and you'll be ready to just be a drawing machine. And maybe you already are a drawing machine and you're just here for fun, and that's fine too. So, okay. Enough chit chat for me. So you're welcome to draw what I'm going to draw. You can draw something completely different if you want to draw whatever you want to draw. And I would love it, no pressure. Like I said, I'm saying no pressure, but now I'm telling you, like, share your work on Instagram. And so you're probably like, that doesn't feel like no pressure. But if you want to share your work on Instagram, I would love for you to use the hashtag #drawwithgenna so that I can find it and cheer you on. And if you draw what I'm drawing, that's totally fine. Just you know, as it is when you take a class and you draw something that's the instructor is drawing. Not that this is a class, we're just hanging out, but you know, if it's exactly like what I'm drawing, then, you know, that will be, you know, maybe mention that in your post, or I don't, you know, that's not really that big of a deal, but don't use it in your portfolio, basically. I don't know how else to say that. I think that everyone knows that if you draw something exactly the way someone else has drawn it for learning purposes, that's totally acceptable. But then, yeah, you can't use that for your portfolio. So with that disclaimer, I'm ready to begin. So I like to start by just taking a few deep breaths. So if you want to join me, I'm just going to close my eyes, and I want us to all take 3 collective deep breaths together just to come down into the groove of our hangout. So, okay, here I go. Okay, let's do it. So today I'm going to draw just some wintry stuff like hats and gloves, and just have fun. So if you want to follow along with me, you're welcome to. Otherwise, do what you're going to do. And I'm excited to see whatever everyone creates. And if you're feeling overwhelmed right now and you're feeling stuck, you know, you could just draw marks on a page. Sometimes I just like to draw like just triangles on a page. And just let me just show you real quick before I jump in. I'll just take like different colors. Just draw shapes on a page. This is really messy because I'm going so fast right now, but if you can't think of anything to draw, or following me is too overwhelming, just draw triangles on a page like that. And that's all you got to do. Just keep it simple. And if you hate what you draw at the end of today, that's okay. It's okay to not like something, and that doesn't have to mean anything. You're here and you're drawing, and that's what matters. Okay, here I go. Okay, let's start with, let's see, I've got green. Do a hat first. Now, normally when I draw, oh, is someone asking? Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm in Procreate right now. I love Procreate on my iPad. It's so nice. I also like drawing on paper still. So, you know, you do you, whatever you want to do. Or Adobe Illustrator for iPad's also great. I'm gonna start a new layer so I don't combine these two things. I put a little ball on top. I feel like Bob Ross right now. Just draw a happy little puff ball on the hat. Now today I'm going kind of quick because we're just having fun, but normally I would be in here like really closely cleaning everything up. When I draw, it's almost like sculpting. I don't know if you guys are like this, especially in Procreate. If I don't make a sketch first and I just jump in like this, then it's almost like I'm sculpting. I just come in and take pieces away. Sometimes I spend way too much time perfecting. And sometimes if it's not perfect, it's actually a little bit nicer. So you are supposed to be able to see what I'm drawing. I have spotlighted the videos. Maybe, can I also pin? No, I can't pin and spotlight. You could pin my video, or you can also go to speaker view, and that should, if you go to speaker view, you should be able to see both of my screens, because I have them both spotlighted. Okay, maybe I'll put put some lines in here. Oh, that's very thick. Let's make that a little bit smaller. What is everyone else drawing? If you're drawing what I'm drawing, or you're drawing your own thing, will you tell me in the chat? Maybe spotlight only the iPad. Okay, no one wants to see my face. I get it. I get it. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Okay. Graphic florals for a pattern. Ooh, nice. Mushrooms. I almost drew mushrooms today. Dog. Drawing a hat in my style and different color palette. Yeah, so that's great too. You could draw what I'm drawing, but do it in your own style. I can't wait to see what everyone does. Okay, I'm doing too much talking and not enough drawing. Maybe some gloves. Let's see, how many people do we have here? Oh, there's a very good amount of people in here. Jane is drawing watercolor gloves. Ooh. I used to do a lot more watercolor before I got my iPad. I haven't had my watercolors out in a while. I just love my iPad so much. Before I got an iPad, just when it was becoming like all the rage to get an iPad, I thought like, okay, I'm gonna get an iPad and an Apple Pencil, and then it's gonna feel really weird to draw, and then I'm never gonna use it, and it's just gonna collect dust, and I'm gonna be sad that I got one. But that is not at all what happened. I loved it almost immediately, and it has completely changed the way that I work. It changed my signature style. Well, it helped solidify it anyway, and helped me to start drawing a little bit more consistently. So I'm a huge fan of my iPad. If you have an iPad and you love it, let me know in the chat. I tried Fresco a long time ago, and it wasn't very intuitive, Robin. And then Adobe Illustrator for iPad came out, and so then I went down that whole rabbit hole. So no, I have never really gotten up to speed on Fresco, but I've heard really good things about it. I'm gonna make these a little bit thicker. Oops. So yeah, if you're thinking at all that you might want to get an iPad, but you're not sure, I say do it, because I love my iPad. And there's so many classes on Skillshare to help you get over that learning curve. If you're like me, and when I opened my iPad at first, I was like, oh, what is happening? What do I do? There's so many classes that you can just jump in and just follow along with someone else, so that you're not just in the weeds trying to figure it out by yourself. I have a class on Adobe Illustrator for iPad on Skillshare, but not Procreate yet. That's my next, the next thing that I want to do. Okay, I'm gonna draw. What should I draw now? I'm gonna draw a regular glove. Oh boy. I don't know if that looks like a glove. I'm gonna keep going with it though. That it kind of looks like a glove. when I draw in Procreate, I like to use different layers for, like, when I draw on top of something else, I make a new layer. So you can see that each layer, each layer of color is on a different layer, because if you don't make a new layer and you just draw right on top of something, it's going to combine with what's below it. And I like to keep it separate in case I want to vectorize it. So I usually take what I draw into Adobe Illustrator and vectorize it. So I like to keep it separate. It makes it a lot easier when you get to that point. If anyone's curious about this playlist, it's on Spotify and it's called, what is it called? I think Feel Good Tunes, something like that. I just found it this morning and I'm really enjoying it. I guess I should draw another glove. Oh boy. Well, this is what I love about the iPad. If you draw something a little weird, you can just make a change. Does anyone here ever like draw on your iPad a whole bunch and then go to do something by hand and then try to undo it? And it's paper, you're tapping on your paper hoping to undo what you just did, but you can't because it's paper. I do that sometimes. I guess I should zoom out a little bit so you can see everything in case you're following along, and then I just got rid of, you were maybe drawing something on my screen and then I hid it from you. Okay, there's a couple of gloves. I don't know where, well, I do know where you all are because you told me, but I'm in Michigan, and so it's very snowy here today. Well, it was yesterday. It's melted a little bit today, but we're supposed to get a lot of snow tomorrow. So that's what prompted the winter stuff. Oh, Michelle says, I also try to pinch zoom in and out on printed materials. Yep. Oh, Trina's also in Michigan. She says she went to the grocery store today. I think probably a lot of people are doing that. My mother-in-law is definitely doing that. She told me she's going to the store today in case tomorrow is too crazy to leave the house. Yellow is my favorite color. If y'all didn't know that. I'm wearing yellow, drawing with yellow. Love it. If anyone asks me a question in the chat and I miss it, feel free to ask again. It's hard to draw and keep up with the chat at the same time. Make my background a color so I can draw some white stuff. Let's go with something kind of creamy. What brush am I using? So I have a brush that I made. I love the dry ink brush. That's my favorite. Sorry if it's blurry. I don't know how to make the iPad not so blurry. It's blurry for me. I don't know if it's blurry for you guys. If anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. I tried Googling it before this meeting. I couldn't figure it out. I'm using the dry ink, but I made a change to it and I took the texture out. I do have Bardot brushes. You can see some of them over here. But truthfully, I just almost always use the dry ink brush. The way I draw, I don't use a lot of texture. I'm just using very clean shapes. So I don't need a lot of different brushes. So I just mostly use the dry ink brush. Did I miss any other questions? Yeah, I wish there was a way to make it not blurry. I'm so sorry about that. I do not know. I wish there was a way to just focus in on the iPad. So I was going to try to keep this meeting to about 30 minutes, but I spent so much time talking at the top, so I'm going to go a little bit longer than that. Obviously, I haven't really drawn that much yet anyway, so okay, I'm going to draw a scarf next. I'm going to make it maybe white. Will loading brushes on the iPad take up a lot of space? I've never checked to see how much space they take up. I don't think so. Does anyone know the answer to that question? How do you fill an outline with colors in Procreate? Okay, so you draw the shape. So I'm going to draw this scarf. Oh, we do that over here. Oh, you can barely see that. Let me do that I'm assuming you can barely see it. I can barely see it on my screen, so I'm going to change it to blue. There we go. So you draw a shape. Make sure it's closed. If it's not closed, your whole background will fill. And then you just click on the color in the top. Oops. If you just tap, it changes to the previous color. So that's what I just did. You just pull it over like that and you fill it. I want to do a class on Procreate for Skillshare, but I don't want to. When I did my Adobe Illustrator for iPad class, it was just a quick start guide. So I like to keep things simple. I don't want to go into every single thing you can do in a program. I want to just show you the most useful parts and get you up and running quickly. So I'm thinking if I do a Procreate class, it will be similar. It will just be like, I'm just going to show you the tools that I use, not every single tool that there is. I don't know if that would be helpful. Would anyone be interested in that? I think it would be helpful if you've never used it before. Oh yeah, sometimes if your brush has a texture and you, Jenny says, I find that the brushes I used with texture didn't make a closed shape. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to fill in shapes depending on what you're doing. And there's also a way to change the threshold. So if I make a circle and I fill, you can see up here it says threshold 16. So sometimes if your threshold is too high, let me do that again. It'll fill the whole background and you just slide your pen to change the threshold. So that's, for me, I'm using a solid brush, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you're using a texture brush, sometimes it can really make a difference if you slide on that threshold. Wendy says, I'd love to see how you vectorize your illustrations for Illustrator. Okay, you are reading my mind. This is what I want to do. I want to create, number one, a class on Procreate, like just basics. I'm going to show you how I use it, which is very simply, I don't use nearly everything you can do. Then number two, I want to show you how I then take my Procreate illustrations into Illustrator and vectorize them, because I have it's not a secret way, but I've done it so many times. I have, my favorite way of doing it. So I was thinking that could be another Skillshare class. I think those two classes back to back would be a lot of fun to make. I think I missed a question. How did you take the texture out of your brush? So you can make changes to your brushes by swiping, and I would duplicate it before you make changes to it, just in case you mess it up. So make a copy, and then you can edit it by just clicking on it, and then you go in and change the settings, and you can take the texture out. I forget exactly how I did it. Is it under grain? I'm actually not like that great at brushes, because like I said, I just use the same one all the time. So, but there's definitely a way to if you just mess around with it, you could easily figure out how to take the texture out. I just like the way that the dry ink brush behaves. I'm not sure which settings are making it behave the way that I like, so I just duplicated that one and then took the texture out. Sometimes I like drawing with texture, but most of the time I just keep it simple. Allison says, your iPad Illustrator class was so great and taught me so much when I was first starting out with the program for the iPad. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm so glad it was helpful. I know that program can be kind of a lot when you first jump in. It's not that intuitive because it's a little bit different from the desktop version. So I try to keep it really simple for people. Bree says, yes, please. The way I currently vectorize takes me ages. Yeah. I have a special way. Okay. Skillshare class coming up. Trina says, do you add color in Procreate or Illustrator? So I would draw exactly how I'm drawing here. And then I turn everything to black and white, vectorize it, and then put the color back in. Because that's how it works the best for me. Let's draw another hat, maybe. In the future, if I ever do these, I should have my assistant come on and read the questions out to me out loud so I can just keep drawing and answer questions while I'm drawing. That would have been a good idea. Next time, I'm actually going to change the color of that. I'm going to draw a snowman, I think. So if you don't know already, if you're in Procreate, if you want to make a perfect circle, you just hold down your finger. You see how it makes it perfect. I don't really want it to be perfect though. I'm going to leave it a little bit funny, a little bit funky. Who here has a signature style and who here is looking for a signature style? Let me know in the chat. We need some boots. Yes, okay, you're right, you're right. Boots, okay, after the snowman. Last night I was doing a little bit of practicing drawing some of these things just because I was just in all transparency. I just didn't want to come in here and just completely freeze up. So I did a little bit of warming up and I tried to draw a snowsuit, you know, like the kind you have with when you're a kid, and well, I guess they have them for adults too, but like with the I just haven't put one on because I don't ski or anything like that. I want to. I'm afraid to learn at this point. I feel like I'm too old. But anyway, you know, where it's the I can't even think of what it's called. Like overalls. And it just didn't look like anything. So I tried to draw a snowsuit, but it just didn't really work out that well. I don't like that at all. I'm just taking that off. I did not care for that hat one bit. To undo and Procreate, you just tap with 2 fingers, if you were wondering. Oh, happy birthday, Michelle. It's Michelle's birthday. Everyone say happy birthday. Oh, I asked y'all a question and then I didn't look at your answers because I got distracted. Okay. Oh, and Sarah asked, how do you mirror or make something symmetrical? Okay, I can show you that real quick. Looking, have it, looking, still working on it, have a style, but keep evolving it. Yep. Still looking. Lori, hi, Lori. Lori says, still looking for mine and I'm almost 50. You know, sometimes you just have many styles and you don't have one specific style, especially when you do, like Lori does a lot of stationary design and stuff like that. You know, you have to be kind of flexible, do lots of different things. Oh, thanks, Trina. She says, love your signature class on Skillshare. Yeah, I have a class on Skillshare about developing a signature style. I also have a free guide if you go to jennablackburn.com/style with some of my tips for getting a signature style. Jenny says, I'm taking a ski lesson on Saturday. Ooh, okay. You're giving me some encouragement here. Maybe it's not too late for me to learn how to ski. Okay, real quick, let me show you how to do symmetry in case you're in Procreate and you were wondering. You go up to, why am I having so much trouble? Okay, go up to this wrench and you turn the drawing guide on, and then you go to edit drawing guide, symmetry. And then if you go to options, you can change to horizontal, quadrant, radial. So let's say I have quadrant turned on. And then, so you see in my layers how only layer 2 says assisted right now. That's the only layer that this is going to work on. If you want to do it on another layer, you have to click and turn drawing assist on. So now if I were to draw in a quadrant, it will go everywhere. Ta-da! So that's really nice if you wanted to draw like a butterfly. Oh, I wouldn't do that in quadrant. I would do that in just vertical symmetry, but you get the idea. I'm going to turn that off because that doesn't work with what I'm doing right now. Bye, drawing guide. Okay. This snowman needs some eyeballs. Whoa. I have not made a snowman in so long. I'm sure when my son gets a little bit older, I will be back to making snowmen. But he's only 8 months old, so he doesn't care about snow yet. What do snowmen usually have? Do they have buttons like gingerbread men, or do they have scarves? I'm gonna do a scarf. He looks so sad. Is that because he needs a mouth? What did I do that made him so sad? Coal buttons. Okay, I was thinking that. Can he have buttons and a scarf? Would that be too many accessories? I like that. Should he also have a mouth? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I. Maybe it's because his nose is so turned down. Is that what's making him look so sad? Let's see. Get rid of this nose. Let me try this again. A little bit better. He still looks a little sad. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm not really feeling that hat that much either, but I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, we got to get some boots in here. Let's do some boots. What time is it? Oh my gosh, this time is flying by. Yeah, maybe if his eyes were higher, but I really like drawing eyes really low on people. I don't know, on animals and things that I draw. I just love having them real low, but maybe on a snowman, it doesn't work as well. But on like a cat, it looks so cute. Okay, what does a boot look like? Oh. 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 Is that what does a boot look like? I am not feeling this boot, y'all. I feel like I need to look at a picture of a boot. I'm gonna draw a sock. I was just drawing stockings for Christmas. I know exactly what I want that to look like. I'm not one of those people that has like everything in my brain all the time. Like sometimes I want to draw something very simple that I should absolutely know what that looks like, but I have to look at a picture. No. Is anyone else like that? I have a friend who she is so talented. Her name is Haley. Some people here might know Haley. If you're from Minted. We were playing, she's so talented. And we were playing not Pictionary, but just some game where you have to draw and then someone has to guess what you drew. And she just can draw anything from her head without any reference, and it looks so realistic. And I can't do that. I just cannot do that. So if you haven't noticed, I love keeping my color palette really simple. So for this, for what I'm doing here, I just chose like 4 or 5 colors. Keeping it real simple. Not that this is a composition, but it's just nice when it all looks the same. I've drawn a lot of the pink and green together. I'm gonna switch something up here. Let's see. Let me switch up this hat. What should it be? What should it be? Maybe this pink. That's better. That's a little vibraty. That's not too bad. Okay. You know what I would do if I was drawing elements to make a repeating pattern? I would just come in and fill some of these gaps with little tiny elements that maybe I would add to the pattern. So like maybe some little drops of snow that I might end up sprinkling in the, oh, you can't even hardly see that. Let me make the background a little bit darker. And then I might draw like some snowflakes. Maybe some little snow drifts. Okay, I'm gonna look up a picture of a boot. I feel like we gotta have boots. Oh, right, boots have heels. That's partly what I was missing. Our feet will get cold. Yeah, we can't have cold feet. What color should the boots be? Maybe blue. Okay, I'm looking at some pictures right now. Let's see. Maybe if there's just a little heel, that would make it look less like just a giant blob, which is what I had before. Ooh, no, that's not cool. I feel like I'm really showing, like, I'm being very vulnerable right here. Showing up. You can see where my weaknesses are. That's better, right? That's a little bit better than my first try. Yeah, I like that. We need some laces. And maybe something like that. That looks pretty good. I'm proud of that. I'm pretty proud of that boot. Okay, let me go back to the chat because I'm missing you guys. Did anyone bring their kids? I was kind of hoping some kids would be here. Yeah, Snow and Ivy. Thank you, Harpreet. Yes, Haley Maddox. That's what I was talking about. She's amazing. Y'all should check her out on Instagram and on Minted. Hi, Isabel. Just seeing your message. There will be a replay. So if someone is coming late or isn't, if you know someone who can't make it at this time, they can always look at the replay later. I'll send it out as soon as it processes. Round toes and a little heel. Yeah, I think the heel was what I was missing. That's what I was missing. In my brain, for some reason, I didn't think of a heel at all, but then I looked at a couple of pictures. I think you all were just talking about, oh, Natalie says she has an 8-month-old sleeping right now. Oh, that's nice. My Henry is 8 months old as well. Tuesday says Ellie is homesick today. She is making an appearance. Aw, hi Ellie. I'm sorry you're homesick today. Okay. Ooh, whoops. What else do we need? Anything else? Maybe one more boot, probably. Probably need 2 boots. That's good enough. Draw one more boot. Oops. Well, that one doesn't look nearly as good as the first one. I could have just copied and pasted, but sometimes I like drawing the exact same thing again so that it just looks a little bit different, just has like a little bit of character. And that's kind of nice when you're making a repeating pattern, to have elements that are similar, but just a little bit different. Like if I draw a flower, you know, I might draw it 3 different ways. Just so that I have a little bit of variation. My poor husband, I told him, he's watching Henry right now, and I told him, oh, this will probably only be half an hour. I always tell him that when I go live on Instagram or I have a call or something. Oh, it's just going to be half an hour. And then here we are, 50 minutes in. Earmuffs. Oh, thank you, Darlene. That was top of mind for me earlier, and then I forgot that I was going to draw earmuffs. Those are so easy. Gotta have earmuffs. Done. Maybe I'll draw them in one more color. Have a couple different earmuffs. I feel like this needs to be, yeah, more like that. That looks better. These look like headphones for some reason. I'm gonna get rid of that. Goodbye. Draw it one more time. There we go. I like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. He knows what to expect then, Michelle says. I know. He says, how long do you think you're gonna be? I say like 30 minutes, and he's probably like, yep, right. Sure you will. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If anyone has any last minute questions, let me know. And I would love to see what you made. I would love for you to share on Instagram with hashtag Draw with Genna, Genna with a G, don't forget. My mom was very creative when she decided to spell my name with a G, and I love it now, but it does cause some problems sometimes. And join me tomorrow if you are available at same time. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna draw tomorrow, but I'll think about it. Any ideas? Anyone have any ideas? Let me know. And thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that you, let me see. I want to see all your faces. Oh, hello. I hope that you all had fun, and I had fun. Butterflies, Natalie, that is a great idea. I was kind of thinking flowers or butterflies for tomorrow. I think that could be good. Yeah, this was so much fun. I hope you all had fun. I hope this got your gears turning and your creative juices flowing, and we're gonna keep the creative juices flowing tomorrow. And yeah, so good to see you all. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow.